Okay, so this one you sent me, huh? This is pretty wild.
Yeah.
An impact sub in the IPL?
Yeah.
Happens all the time, right?
Right.
But then the name that comes up, Vignesh Puthur.
It's definitely a name that most people had never heard before.
Well, yeah, I mean, even like hardcore IPL fans are like,
Right.
wait, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And on top of that is Rohit Sharma, who's
Yeah.
coming out. You
Yeah.
know, Rohit Sharma is like synonymous with Mumbai Indians.
No, he's an institution.
Yeah, so like two things, right?
Yeah.
One, an impact sub, which, okay, yeah, that happens.
Part of the game now.
But then it's Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
And it's Vignesh Puthur, who most of us had never heard of before Sunday.
Right.
So for this deep dive, what we're trying to do is really figure out the story behind this pretty eyebrow-raising substitution.
Yeah.
We're going to look at who Vignesh Puthur is,
Right.
where he's come from,
Mm-hmm.
all the things that sort of led up to him taking the place of Rohit Sharma, who, as we said, is, you know, a modern-day great. Yeah.
A legend
A big game.
in the game.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of our mission here,
Yeah.
is to really understand this unexpected move.
Right.
And the material you've sent me
Yeah.
gives us a lot to work with.
It's really fascinating, this whole story.
It really is.
It's amazing.
Okay, so Vignesh Puthur.
Yeah.
Let's just start with the basics.
Okay.
23 years old,
Yep.
a left-arm wrist spinner from Kerala.
Right.
Probably before
Yeah.
Sunday was much better known
Right.
in local cricketing circles than on the national stage.
You would think, right?
Yeah, it just feels so improbable.
It really is.
Right.
It's one of those, like, you know, you see it and you just can't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like
And it's, you know, like you were saying, that
Yeah.
whole thing about, like, you think about the linear progression
yeah.
through, you know, age group cricket, then you go to domestic leagues, and then maybe if you're lucky, you go to the IPL.
Right. But this is like this is a totally different route.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into his background a little bit.
Okay.
His cricketing journey started around the age of 11,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess, isn't that surprising?
No, it's pretty typical, I guess.
I mean, I guess kids in India
Right.
start playing cricket at a very young age.
From the time they can walk, pretty much.
Yeah,
They have a bat or a ball in their hands.
right. And it says here he was encouraged to try wrist spin by a local coach.
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting, right?
It is. Because, I mean, you know.
It's kind of like a sliding doors moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if that coach had said,
Yeah.
hey, you're a great fast bowler,
Right.
you know?
Stick to that.
Stick to that. And then who knows?
Yeah.
He
Right.
might never have ended up where he is.
It really does make you think about those moments and the influence that certain individuals can have in a young person's career.
You know, like that little bit of encouragement.
Yeah. Or, you know, just seeing something in somebody that maybe they don't even see in themselves
Right.
can totally change the course of their life.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened here.
It's a pretty powerful thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went on to play for Kerala
Huh.
at the under 14 and under 19 levels,
Pretty standard.
which is, I guess, a fairly standard development path.
Yeah, that's what you'd expect.
But he never managed to break into the senior Kerala team.
Right.
And I guess as a result of that, he ended up playing in the Kerala Cricket League.
The KCL. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of good players come
Yeah.
out of there.
KCL,
Mm-hmm.
the information we have indicates that his stats there were
Yeah.
modest.
Modest. Yeah.
He had just 3 wickets in 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly the kind of performance that typically
Yeah.
catapults someone into the IPL spotlight, let alone into Rohit Sharma's shoes.
I mean, 3 wickets in 2 matches. That's not going to turn any heads,
No.
especially not in the IPL. So you have to wonder, what did they see
Right.
that made them think this guy's worth taking a chance on?
Yeah. What did Mumbai Indians see that
Yeah.
everybody else missed?
Exactly.
And it seems that something was his ability to bowl this thing called a Chinaman delivery.
The Chinaman.
Now, for those of us who might not be
Right.
cricket aficionados,
Cricket nerds like me.
yeah, explain to us what a Chinaman is.
So a Chinaman is a type of left-arm wrist spin
Okay.
that makes the ball turn the opposite way to traditional left-arm spin.
Okay.
So imagine a left-arm spinner bowling the ball
Yeah.
to a right-handed batsman.
Okay.
Normally the ball would spin into the batsman,
Mm-hmm.
but with a Chinaman, it spins away from the batsman.
So it goes the other way.
Yeah, the other way. It's kind of like a left-arm leg spin, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's bowled with a wrist spin action.
Okay.
So it's very deceptive.
So it's really hard for the batter to pick.
Very hard, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're not expecting it to turn that way.
Right.
You know, you spend your whole life facing left arm spinners that turn into you,
Right.
and then suddenly you get one that turns away from me.
Okay.
It's like a curveball in baseball.
I got it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
It's like finding a spicy masala filling
oh, yeah.
inside what you thought was a plain dosa.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy.
You bite into it,
Yeah.
you're expecting one thing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you get something completely different.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's unexpected, and it can be very effective if the batter isn't ready for it.
Very effective.
Okay, so this rare skill
Mm-hmm.
apparently is what caught the attention of the Mumbai Indians scouting network.
That makes sense.
Right.
I mean, it's a valuable skill.
Yeah.
Not many people can do it.
Right.
So if you find somebody who can bowl a good Chinaman,
Yeah.
you snap them up,
Right.
especially if they can do it consistently.
So the IPL auction took place in November of 2024. Where was Vignesh when all this was happening? Not glued to the television, anxiously waiting for his name to be called.
Nope.
This guy was at home in Parenthal Manor,
Yeah.
probably just going about his daily business.
Probably didn't even have the TV on.
Yeah, who knows? He might have been out with friends,
Right.
maybe playing cricket.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Just living his life.
Living his life.
And then, out of the blue,
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians acquire him.
For a cool 30 lakh,
30 lakh.
not a bad payday.
Not bad at all.
Especially for somebody who wasn't even expecting to be picked.
Oh!
Yeah. So can you imagine his reaction?
Yeah.
I mean, he probably thought his phone was broken.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he thought it was a prank call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking like,
Oh, yeah.
am I going to stick with college cricket?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll try to, get into the Ranji Trophy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get a chance later.
Right, right.
And then, boom,
Yeah.
he's in the IPL.
It's got to be life-changing.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only for him, but I'm sure for his family.
Yeah, his whole family.
You know, his dad's an auto rickshaw driver.
Right.
His mom's a homemaker.
Yeah.
So it says here,
So this money,
it really resonates deeply within their lives.
it's life-changing money for a family like that.
Yeah, and it's just amazing, right?
It is.
To think that this opportunity can arise,
Right.
from such humble beginnings.
And it's a testament to the power of sport.
Yeah.
It can really transcend
Yeah.
all those barriers.
Okay, so Mumbai Indians,
Yeah.
they have a really good scouting team.
They do.
Right.
They're known for it.
Yeah.
They've got a real knack for spotting talent.
Yeah, you think about Jasprit Bumrah,
Yeah.
you think about the Pandya brothers.
Right.
These are all players that,
They were all kind of under the radar
yeah,
until Mumbai Indians found them.
and turn them into stars.
Exactly.
So it's not like they just picked this guy on a whim.
No,
They clearly saw something in him,
they must have.
and they clearly believed in his potential.
I mean, you don't spend 30 lakh
Yeah.
on somebody you don't believe in.
Right.
So they must have seen something special.
And it's really interesting because
Yeah.
it seems like their scouting is kind of evolving.
Yeah. How so?
Well, it's not just about the stats anymore. They're
Wow.
looking for players with unique skill sets,
Yeah.
players who can disrupt the game,
Right.
players who can do things that other players can't do.
So it's not just about how many runs you score
Right.
or how many wickets you take.
Yeah.
It's about what you bring to the table that's different.
Right.
What makes you stand out?
And Vignesh's Chinaman is a perfect example of that.
Absolutely.
It's a low-risk, high-reward kind of skill.
Right.
If it works, it can be devastating.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't work,
Mhm.
it's not like he's giving away a lot of runs.
Right.
So it's a smart pick.
It is.
Okay, so they saw him in the KCL,
Yeah.
and they were impressed,
hmm
but they didn't just throw him into the deep end.
No. They gave him some time to develop.
Yeah, they let him train with the team.
Mm-hmm.
He got to bowl to guys like Surya Kumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya and Ishan Kishan.
Right.
I mean, these are some of the most explosive hitters in the game.
They're some of the best in the world.
So that must have been a huge learning experience for him.
Yeah. I mean, talk about trial by fire.
Yeah.
You're bowling to these guys who can hit you out of the park on any given ball.
Yeah.
So if you can survive that,
Yeah.
you can survive anything.
And it says here that he didn't just survive, he impressed, he
Yeah.
held his own.
He must have done something right.
And they were so impressed with him
Yeah.
that they actually sent him to train with MI Cape Town
The SA-20.
and the SA-20 League
Alongside Rashid Khan.
alongside Rashid Khan,
Yeah.
who is arguably the best T20 spinner in the world.
I mean, that's like
Yeah.
sending a young painter to study with Picasso.
Yeah.
It's an incredible opportunity.
So they were clearly investing in him.
Yeah. They saw something special.
They saw something special.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get to the day of the substitution.
Okay, the big day.
March 23rd, 2025.
hmm
Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings.
The biggest rivalry in the IPL.
It's the opening match of the IPL season.
The Chapak.
A rivalry of epic proportions.
The atmosphere must have been electric.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
It says here that Mumbai Indians posted a total of 155 for 9.
Not a huge score.
Not a huge score, but certainly defendable.
Definitely defendable.
And then comes the impact player decision.
Yeah.
Now, we're all familiar with the impact player rule.
Right. You replace one player during the match.
Yeah, for strategic advantage.
Right.
Sometimes you bring in an extra batter or you bring in a specialist bowler.
Yeah.
But in this case, nobody.
And
I mean, nobody anticipated Rohit Sharma being the player to make way.
Rohit Sharma.
I mean, come on.
The captain of the team.
Yeah.
A legend of the game.
It was a bold move.
It was a huge gamble.
And a lot of people probably thought they were crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking out your best player and putting in a rookie.
A rookie who nobody's ever heard of.
Has never played in the IPL before.
Yeah.
So it was a huge risk.
But it paid off.
It did.
In spectacular fashion.
Spectacular.
Okay, so Vignesh is brought into the attack in the 8th. Chennai Super Kings are in a commanding position at this point.
They're looking good.
They're cruising.
They're probably thinking they've got this in the bag.
And then what happens?
Yeah.
With the very first ball of his IPL career, he takes the crucial wicket of Ruturaj Gaikwad.
The first ball.
Who was looking dangerous on 53 off just 26 balls.
Oh, man.
Talk about a dream start.
That's incredible.
Caught cleanly at long off.
You couldn't ask for a better start.
You couldn't write it.
But
and he wasn't finished there?
Yeah.
In his next over?
Yeah.
He bowls to Shivam Dubey.
Another dangerous batsman.
Another power hitter for CSK. And he completely bamboozles him.
Oh, a googly.
With a googling.
The Chinaman's evil twin.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
And gets him caught at long on as well.
2 wickets in 2 overs.
2 wickets in his first 2 overs.
I mean.
Unbelievable.
That's insane.
And then he later goes on to dismiss Deepak Huda.
No way.
Finishing with remarkable figures of 3 wickets for just 16 runs in his 2.4 overs.
What a debut.
What a debut.
I mean,
it's the kind of performance that leaves you utterly stunned.
You just sit there with your jaw on the floor.
I can only imagine the reactions in the commentary box.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe even Harsha Bogle needed to do a quick Google search.
Just to make sure he was seeing what he thought he was seeing.
Yeah.
To see who this guy was.
And instantly, he becomes the talking point of the entire IPL.
Right.
I mean, the comparisons immediately start.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the next Kuldeep Yadav?
A frontline spinner for India.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the dream, right?
Yeah. Could he become a mainstay in the Mumbai Indians lineup for years to come?
Yeah. I mean, he certainly got the talent.
Yeah.
But it's early days.
Yeah. It's all speculation at this point.
We have to see if you can keep it up.
But it's exciting.
It is.
Right.
It's exciting for Indian cricket.
Yeah, you just can't ignore the impact of that debut.
No, you can't.
And, you know, the sources all talk about his guts, his evident skill, the element of surprise that he brings.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, the other teams are going to be watching him now.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be studying his every move.
Trying to figure out how to play him.
Yeah, because right now they don't have a lot of footage of him.
Right.
So they're going to have to do their homework.
So this is the story of Vignesh Puthur.
From obscurity to stardom.
A guy who came from pretty much nowhere, was picked up by Mumbai Indians in a move that nobody really understood, got to train with some of the best players in the world, was given the opportunity to replace Rohit Sharma in an IPL match.
Which is crazy in itself.
And then proceeded to bowl one of the most remarkable debut spells in IPL history.
I mean, it's a fairy tale.
It really is.
It's a story that just makes you believe that anything is possible.
You know what's crazy is you sent this to me saying that this is all about those surprising aha moments.
Right.
And this is the very definition of that.
It really is.
Like, just when you think you know how things are going to go, something totally unexpected happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of sport, right?
Exactly.
You never know what's going to happen.
No.
You never know who's going to come out of nowhere and become a star.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it's those unconventional risks that lead to the most amazing outcomes.
Like Mumbai Indians taking a chance on Vignesh.
Exactly.
It was a big gamble.
Yeah.
But it paid off big time.
So for you, our listener, what does Vignesh Puthur's story tell us about how we identify talent?
Right.
And the courage it takes to take those unconventional risks.
And the unpredictable nature of sport.
And maybe even life itself.
Yeah.
Are there areas in your own life
Yeah.
where maybe you need to take a step back
Right.
and reevaluate how you're doing things?
Maybe try something different.
Yeah.
Maybe take a chance on something that seems a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You never know what might happen.
Right.
It's a pretty compelling thought to ponder.
It is.
So that's it for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time
See ya.
for another deep dive into
The world of sports.
the world of sports
And beyond.
and beyond.
Yeah.
Bye.